Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Sagittarius, I hope that you are well. I'm doing your reading today with the Threads of Fate Oracle Shadow Edition and using the Tarot of the Abyss for your reading. So, one card please for Sagittarius. One card. You got 4 cards, so I'm going to put them back. I don't usually do that, but I just want one card. You start to pull too many and the message gets a little muddled. Thank you, Spirit. All right. They gave me 2, and now I'm going to take 2. Okay. You got Ancestors. Ancestors. What a stunning card. So it's this idea, you know, it makes me think of the Akashic Records, especially kind of all of this movement and design here. It's like all of the tree branches, but like the energetic roots leading up to energetic tree branches, leading to all the possibilities and happenstance of your past, present, future held within the Akashic Records. And your ancestors kind of being the representations of that lineage, right? Because I don't just see this as like earthly ancestors. I see them also as light being, star being ancestors, star family. So you got ancestors and you got the word reflect. Reflect. So you can see here this third eye, which also doubles as an evil eye, you know. That theme has been coming out a lot lately. Just with the kind of advent of social media, it's much bigger scope and potential for evil eye activity. Since I started my channel, I have actually felt a little bit more evil eye activity. You know, what's the idea of the evil eye? It's not necessarily like somebody totally wants ill will against you, God forbid, but it's just a sense of, you know, wanting what you have, or just being a little envious or a little judgmental. You know, evil eye kind of has a lot of degrees. I mean, I'm sure unintentionally, but I'm sure I've spit the evil eye out at somebody in my lifetime, right? And we all kind of pay for that in one way or another karmically. But in this card, Spirit is more saying, because we see the kind of, I think these are supposed to be kind of swans, or not sure which bird that's supposed to represent, but this idea of, well, one, this idea of reflecting the self back to the self, this mirroring effect. So a physical reflection, but also an energetic reflection of seeing how our actions are mirrored by others, and also reflection in the sense of contemplation. How do we think about an issue? How do we ponder it? So if I were to put these 2 cards together, reflect and ancestors, it's at this time you could be doing a lot of questioning as to your history, your personal history, your spiritual history. Where do you come from? Looking at something like the Akashic Records, looking at past life regression, something happening in your dream state that may suggest earlier times in your consciousness. in your soul's journey? We shall see. 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, and future. Wow. 3 base cards, all major arcana. That is remarkable. Wow. Wow. Heavy, heavy energies. Oh my goodness. I gotta pull one on the off the bottom of the deck. I almost wish that I hadn't, but Spirit wanted me to. 3 of Swords. Wow, with the 5 of Cups underneath that. Wheel of Fortune underneath that in reverse. What does all this mean? So, I didn't pull from the bottom of the deck for the other signs, just for you. 3 of Swords is disappointment, heartbreak, and heartache. It's one of the toughest cards of the tarot. We all go through 3 of Swords. A lot of people go through 3 of Swords weekly, sometimes daily, you know, depending on who you are and how resilient certain aspects of you are and how vulnerable other aspects are, right? 3 of Swords can talk about something that has happened to you that has been really difficult to recover from. With the 5 of Cups in the upright here, there could be the sense of being forlorn, sad, lamenting, right? 3 spilled cups on the ground, unable to see, 2 cups still standing. 2 of Cups in the tarot is divine partnership. Could be friendship, family, love. It's love. It's a connection between you and your higher self as well. But in this card, it's a disconnection, right? It's very clear from the imagery. With this card came up in the Leo reading and very, very prominently in the Scorpio reading. So if you have placements in Scorpio, I would say I would watch that reading. But when I brought this card up and I see it here for you, it talks about rewriting a narrative. You can see here with the book and the 3 swords coming, jabbing it, right? All the words are kind of flying off the page and they're turning into birds, thoughts, right? There's something difficult that you've had to deal with. Something may not have been in divine timing. It may not have been the right time. I just heard right person, wrong time. Take it as it resonates. Past energy. The Empress in reverse, major arcana number 3. And where I talk about major arcana, talk about the first 22 cards of the tarot called the major arcana. And they talk about energies that are very heavily influenced by spirit, by the universe. They're archetypes of humanity. And this archetype represents Mother Earth, mothering, creativity, groundedness, beauty, abundance. The Empress has the power of all 4 queens of the tarot. She's the master attractor. She has so much confidence in her ability to attract that abundance just flows towards her. In the past energy, you had this in the reverse. This also represents Taurus energy. So you were not feeling 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. To clarify that, 10 of Pentacles is abundance in all of its forms. You were really feeling at a loss. Almost as if you... Now I hear that Linkin Park song. I think it's Linkin Park. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Well, that could have been your attitude in the past, and it's definitely feeling like this. that song and that sentiment. And Spirit gives me songs for a reason, right? I don't really like Linkin Park, so the fact that that song came up for a reason. Maybe you like Linkin Park. Maybe you're from Linkin Park, right? Linkin Park. Where's Linkin Park? New Jersey? California? I'm so sorry, I don't know. It's this idea of, maybe you were working on manifestations, you were working on yourself, you were channeling and harnessing every high vibration you knew how to channel, and still something was not in the right timing for you. Something fell short, left you disappointed. I'm going to ask for a clarifier for the past energy. This is just, I hope you'll stick with me to the end. This is a tough reading, but we'll get through it. Yeah, look. I'm telling you. I have a Sagittarius rising, so it says like I feel very connected to this. The star, to clarify the Empress and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The star is Aquarius energy, major arcana, and it talks about healing and wish fulfillment. It's in the upright. Something that you were just reaching towards. And like I was talking about this, like the Akashic records, it's kind of like the great storehouse in the sky in the 5D. It's almost like I don't just see you wishing on this star. I see you kind of, it's almost like reaching through space-time. Very, very deeply. Reaching through space-time to try and understand, what is it that I'm doing here? What is it that I might be doing wrong that I can't? It's almost like, just spoiler alert, you got the Magician as well. You understand the concept behind manifesting and manifestation. You understand that we have to be in the same vibration and the same energy as the thing we want to manifest. We have to act as if we have it now. Believing is seeing. You're thoughtful, you're prayerful, you're meditative, you're doing all the right things, and still, there's a shortcoming, and it's just causing you to kind of reflect, maybe second guess. What am I doing wrong? I know I meant for something great, reaching across space-time for the answers. Like I see you, the Sagittarians are very heavily vested in learning, right? So it's not just book learning or learning on the job or learning that kind. It's like a deep investment. And a lot of Sagittarians I know are very, they think outside the box. That's the way that I can describe this, the Sag sun signs that I know, and I know several. They kind of live on the edge a little bit, but they have very strong core values, a very strong core belief in who they are, core understanding. And because of that, it's this kind of energy that's even more perplexing, because you have such a close connection to yourself. So for you to not be able to achieve what it is that you're trying to manifest is very confusing to you. And you could be drawing upon some ancient wisdom to help to inform your next move, right? But while we have the strength of our guides and our ancestors, we also have to deal with karmic balance. This idea that we came to this life with a contract, and that we've lived other lifetimes before, and that maybe in those past lifetimes we did things we don't know what we did, unless we're doing things like past life regression and Akashic records reading. We don't know what we did, though you could have access to both of those things. And so therefore we may be living out some lessons and some karmic. Okay, so I know it's hard for you. I'm just going to pick it up just the way that I was. It's hard for you. I hope that you believe me, but I mean, whatever. If you're here, you should believe me. But the deck was on the table like this, and I just rested my hand on it, and I don't know what caused me to move this. Spirit, probably. There's a card. All these cards, they're face down, except for this one. That's perplexing. That's not an accident. And that was not on purpose. I couldn't do that on purpose if I tried. I'm not like David Copperfield. I have no idea. I did not know that there was a card flipped over in the deck. Let me just see if there are any more. Nope, that's the only one. And where I split it is exactly where the card was. Four of Pentacles. You would think for all of that rigmarole, it would be like a more impressive card, but it's exactly the card that Spirit wants to bring to you. Four of Pentacles is holding on to something very tightly, holding on to investment, holding on to stability. Stability. In this depiction of the Four of Pentacles, that pentacle basically takes up his entire body, and he's almost hiding behind it. So I feel as though I just heard resting on our laurels. For such a profound parlor trick, the message is quite humble. No, not humble. That's not the word I want to use. The message is quite ordinary. It's not a flashy message that Spirit wants to bring right now. It just shows me fear. Like you're okay. Okay, Spirit's being funny with me. I was on the subway yesterday, and I saw somebody that looked like a person I used to know. And it's not that I hate this person or anything like that, but like, you know how you're just trying to go home from work and you don't really want to be running into people that you're not expecting to run into, and you just want to chill out and like listen to your tarot readings in peace. So I saw this person on the subway, and he was sitting like across, like it turned out not to be somebody that I knew, but he looked like somebody I knew. And I just kind of sunk down like, oh my God, I hope he doesn't see me. This is what Spirit is bringing to me. Everything happens for a reason. That I didn't know that that story would end up in a tarot reading, and here we are. It's this idea that it's almost like you were really insistent when you were reaching across the universe to your starseed family or whomever it was and said, I know that I'm meant for something greater. I know that in this lifetime, I'm meant for happiness and bliss. Why aren't you bringing it to me? And then all of a sudden, like shirking away, like, did I push too hard? Did I ask for too much? The Spirit's not saying you asked for too much, but they're saying that it's almost like you were bold in one movement and then you like took it back. You like mustered up the courage to shout to the heavens, to question God, is what I just heard. To question the universe. And then you shirked back like, oh, was it too much? Spirit made you exactly the way you were supposed to be. So you don't have to apologize for it. You just have to live the best version of you that you can. You owe it to yourself. But this is what I see here. that it's almost as if, like, you see how it's almost like this looks like electricity, right? Like lightning bolts. It's a tree root, but it could be a lightning bolt. It looks like some crystals that I have that have dendritic impressions in them. It's almost like you activated all of the ancestor energy, and it's like about to come knocking on your door, and you're kind of shirking away and protecting yourself from it. It can be intimidating. In the present energy, you got the Magician in reverse, the number 1 card, the Master Manifester of the Tarot. Somebody who uses the power of all 4 suits of the Tarot to bring in their manifestation. So if I said to you, because we all can be master manifestors, if I said to you, you have all the resources at your disposal, you know, you could say, well, honey, I don't have the money that I need to start my business. Well, okay, you don't have it yet. But what do you have? You have your brain. You have pen and paper. You probably have a smartphone. Do you have your business plan? Do you have people that are going to support you and work for you? Do you have an idea that is viable? Do you have a voice where you can start interviewing people and talking to people about how to start your business? Are you capable of being creative? Right? Like, we have a lot, and we make a lot of excuses. So I'm not saying that you're doing any of this, though you could be, because it's clarified by the devil. 2 major arcana. Major arcana too. There's some major arcana that are nicely major, and then there's some major arcana that are super major. So that's not official. That's just me being facetious. The Magician in reverse shows me that in the present energy, it's really difficult for you to manifest. I think you've up against energies like this. You can't be in a 4 of Pentacles. You can't be hiding away. It's too powerful. You're dealing with, and I will point out to you, look at all the tree roots. Look at all the tree roots action happening. These are different decks. This is not a coincidence. It's a synchronicity. Please treat it like that. Different versions throughout time. Being trapped and bound, being free to manifest, and drawing upon the wisdom of the ancients in order to bring all this to fruition. I mean, that's pretty intense. Right now, you got this card in reverse and this card in the upright. This is somebody who, it's like you know what you want, but you don't know how to get there. And instead of taking small steps, doing what you know how to do and taking small steps, the devil energy has you trapped and bound. Like, it's stamping. It's like the archangel is stamping on their own heart. That's an anatomical heart right there. Like squishing down the hopes and dreams. Can I have a clarifier? This is the present energy. So you're going through it right now. It's like you want to give up. Yeah, 3 of Cups in the reverse. No time for celebration. You're feeling like I always find the 3 of Cups very problematic in almost every tarot deck that I have. Normally the 3 of Cups talks about celebration, parties, drinking, like reason to celebrate. But in almost every 3 of Cups, there's always like a face like that, or a person like that, or an energy like that, which to me just looks very judgmental. Somebody in your orbit could be happy about the fact that you're not succeeding in whatever it is that you want to do. Remember I was talking about evil eye? Well, there it is. Now, you may not know, right? This is just extraneous information. You may not even know anybody's. And who cares, right? It's not about what other people think, it's about what you think. But if you do care, and if you can sense that people were trying to knock you down a peg from having massive hopes and dreams for yourself, you need to get rid of those people, right? Just harm to none, but they don't need to be a part of your life. And nor are they the reason why, you know, we can't blame other people for shortcomings or a lack of confidence, because ultimately they can't give it to you. You have to give it to yourself. I don't know a lot of Sagittarians that lack confidence, but I know that you do from time to time. But I feel like Sagittarians hide it well because they have very dynamic lives. So I don't see you just sitting, you know, feeling sorry for yourself all the time. That's not what I see at all. But I see massive frustration here. Can I get a card of advice on that, Spirit? How do we turn the Magician around? How do we free ourselves from the devil energy? Whoa! Okay, lots happened here. I'm just taking, there was a lot of cards that flipped out, but I'm only taking the ones that came out picture side up, okay? The first one is Justice, Major Arcana, number 11, representing Libra energy, talking about past lives, karmic retribution, karmic balance. That's number 1. Spirit is bringing that front and center. All of these cards are cards of advice. I just asked for advice in the present moment because I want you to feel as though, I want you to feel empowered, right? I'm not just here to like deliver doom and gloom. And it's hardly doom and gloom, but it is challenge. You're going through a period of challenge right now, Sagittarius. And right now, Spirit is saying there's some things outside of your control. And what can you do to ensure that you don't rack up any more karma points? Stay in high vibration. Stay in high vibration. Do right by others. Do right by yourself. Live with integrity. Keep gossip to a minimum. Focus on yourself. Focus on your growth. Nine of Wands in the reverse. Do not continue to carry things that no longer serve you. Don't carry other people's burdens. Don't take on the world's burdens. There are a lot of crazy, crappy things happening in the world. And I'm not telling you not to be passionate about them, but just do what is in your control to do and then live your life. You gotta live your life. You gotta live your best life and not feel guilty about it. If you're doing right by others, if you're giving your heart to others and your resources, not all your resources, you need some. That's all you can do. Okay? That's all you can do. Page of Wands in the reverse. There's something here where you're feeling tentative. You're feeling like, should I take that first step? And Spirit is saying, what is the issue? It's just one step. If it turns out to be a misstep, then you can step in another direction. Queen of Swords. Seeking the truth at all costs. understanding the truth like the back of your hand. It's also epiphany, listening for the epiphanies, watching for the epiphanies, observing these aha moments. Strength card, mastery over the ego, understanding that I just heard pride before the fall. Don't stay too stuck in a space where your ego fuels your fear. The future potential, the world card. Chapters closing and new chapters beginning. The 8 of Cups, walking away from what does not serve you. You're going to walk away from I feel like it's a friend group or a friend. I feel there's something about, where is it? There's something about this energy. You did get this card in reverse, but there's one person here that just doesn't feel right. They don't feel right. And maybe you're not going to walk away from them physically, but you're no longer going to fuel any of their energy with your energy. So even if this is like a parent and you were telling one of your parents all of your great ideas and they were just kind of poo-pooing on everything. They were saying, no, that's not going to work. It's, it's a pipe dream or whatever. Just stop telling them about it. Right? We're talking about attracting abundance with the Empress card, attracting manifestations with the Magician card. These are like the big themes of your reading. And we can't always share. You can share after you have it, right? But you're closing out a cycle here, and it looks like, you know what this reminds me of? Like mic drop. Like total mic drop. You're just gonna peace out. Knight of Cups. When you take out people that don't have your best and highest good, you make room for good people. You make room for authentic people, loving people. Knight of Cups is very authentic. A person of action. A person that will be by your side through thick and thin, like a ride or die. That's what I see. Call upon your ancestors. This card is so important. Call upon your ancestors to understand, to have some insight as to where you came from. Ask for those answers in your dreams or in meditation. I think you'll be surprised. If you keep an open mind about it, I think you will be surprised by the answers that you get. Thank you, Spirit. Sagittarius, this is your reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Sagittarius.